Hello. Good day, viewers. Welcome to Opinion Boss once again. And today we have another big personality in the house. He's a lecturer right here in the city of Torino. And today we'll be discussing some issues that affect us right here in the society. We'll be discussing about the importance of integration. And today we'll be airing his own point of view, why he feels that integrating into a new system helps someone to survive in that place, in that country as well. Today we have him, just like what I said before. He will be in the best position to introduce himself. And my honorable, welcome to Opinion Boss.
Thank you very much, and thank you for having me on your program.
It's our pleasure.
My name is Hector Edward. I like to introduce myself as an African.
Okay.
And then probably precisely I might want to say that I'm a Nigerian, because when you say you're African, a lot of people tend to misunderstand why your response is that way. So to go straight to the point, I would say that I'm a Nigerian from Rivers State, Port Harcourt to be precise.
Can you just, because you've been here now for how many years?
Well, I've been here for quite some time now. I've been here for a pretty long time, and I think I can share my own point of views on issues that you have talked about.
We've been here for a long time now, and right there out there we have some young ones who came into the city as well, into this country. And how do you get to this stage that you are today? What was your challenges during the past? And can you just tell us a little bit?
Well, every man has his own road to walk on. Like we normally say in our Nigerian pidgin language, every man they carry their own cross.
That's so.
So I think everybody, be it a man or a woman, they all have their own stories. And so for me, the story is not actually the point, because whatever the case might be that made you go on an adventurous journey, like leaving your country, it's something that is personal. So for me, I don't see any importance to shed more lights on it or talk more on it. But to go right to the other points that you raised, which is how it has been and what the challenges were and still are, is that it's very normal when you leave your country, or when you decide to leave not just your country, when you decide to leave your father's house, things begin to change. Things are no longer the way
it
was the way they were.
Yeah.
Because you have left that house where you would wake up in the morning, breakfast was ready, lunch was ready, and everything was ready. So the moment you leave, things begins to change. So that is it's the same thing when either you're leaving your father's house for the first time, or you're leaving your motherland to a different land. You're still going to face challenges as you get to this place. But the most important thing is how you adapt to your new environment. This is where a lot of people have made a lot of mistakes. They say when you go to Rome, you have to behave like the Romans. And so if anybody would want to go to a country, for example Italy, where that the first language is Italian, and you intend to stay for a longer period, I think you should begin to let yourself know that the first thing you have to do is to learn the language, because that opens all the doors to everything for you.
Yeah.
It's as simple as ABC. If I walk up to you now and probably I need to get to the station, or I can find my way around, and I need your assistance, and I walk up to you and I begin to speak in a language of which you don't understand. You can't even understand what I'm saying. and you really want to help me or assist me, how would you do that? You'd find it very difficult. And so this is one of the barriers that actually cuts out people from integrating one to another when they go to a new place. And so for me, I think one of the fundamental things for anybody is to really learn the language.
Learn the language, because I think learning this language actually, just like what you said, is the first fundamental things, in the sense that if I can talk to you, then if I can relate with you, I can be able to share my problem or share my ideas with you, like, hey, look at what I do, or look at what I can do.
Exactly.
But if I can't communicate with you, how can I tell you that who I am?
Exactly.
You understand?
Exactly.
So I think that is. Then what about, how do you think about, we have right here in the city, just like I've been here for a few years now, and we have so many of our guys, so many Africans as well. They just came in, they have this opinion like, oh boy, I not come Europe, come school. You understand? Or I not come Europe, come learn language. What is your own idea? What do you think about that? Do you think that is the best option, like just trying to do it individually, or just like what you said, integrate into the system and trying to know what others they do, make it to they do?
Well, just like I said before, everything is or depends on personal decision, right? And a lot of people, or more people, are positive minded as to what they want to do, while some have their own negative intentions of what they want to do. But just like I said before, when you go to Rome, you have to behave like the Romans. That's the only way you can survive in Rome. There is no two ways about it. And so if somebody, let's take for example a Nigerian, arrives in this country and decides for whatever reason that he doesn't want to learn the language, and he intends to live in this country, what speaks about that person? I don't want to start using words or begin to classify people. No, everything speaks for itself. Is as clear as the blue sky. So if anybody for any reason would want to have a decision like that, well, I don't really know what to say, but I don't think that that's the right way to go. It's not the right way to go, and because of course it is gonna hinder you from integrating with your new society. Yes. It's going to stop you from knowing what is happening. And it's also going to give a wrong impression about you to your host society, because they don't see you, they don't know you, you don't integrate with them, and so they will be scared of who is this man that is just here. He doesn't speak our language. He doesn't want to come closer to us. We can't even go closer to him because they don't understand what he says. So they are going to be very, very apprehensive of you. And so those negative images or the negative sides of this kind of decisions from people. I think
of this kind of this. Now you heard what he said, because that is just the truth. If I can communicate with you, if I can speak your language, then I will be able to express myself by telling you, oh, look at where they pay me, or look at my outside, or look at what I can do. You understand? But if I can't communicate with you, that would be a problem. Then in the sense of trying to communicate to others, or if you want to stay in this society, I think learning the language, just like what our professor here said, is the first decision that you should take. Before we go, I would quickly want you to throw lights on issues that have to do with the images that some of us we showed out there in the world. Like you see, an African man fighting in the street, just showing another character entirely. What is your own advice for that? Do you think that we live in a society where everybody, they are calm, where we have a different lifestyle that is different from we actually? Because in Africa, it's normal when you you're more active, like put it active. Like it's normal because that is the background that we brought up with. But most of these characters we showcase it here, and the other person look like, oh, he's a mafia. You should have another different opinion. Do you think that we should continue, bringing such attitude to the public?
Of course not.
Arguing in public, fighting in public.
Of course not. Of course not, because that is a whole negative picture that you're painting of, not just you alone, because the other people that sees this or watches this, they just they tag the blacks. They say, oh, these are all the blacks. This is what they do, So one negative thing that you do as an African in a foreign land affects the whole rest of other Africans.
Even generations.
Exactly, because they just stereotype you and they say, yes, this is how they are. That's what they do. That's because of just what one person did. Well, for me, what I would say is that it's true that emotions run very high sometimes and you run out of control. But as a human being, we should know when to draw the line and say no. Let's call it a day. So I think people should be able to have that guts to say enough is enough and let's call it a day.
Let's call it a day.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Before you go, your last word for the.
Well, what I would say is that go out. There are a lot of language schools, free language schools actually. So go get yourself registered, learn the language, because that is the first step for you having a better life in your new environment. And the rest is just going to be fine.
Okay, just like what he said, language is very, very important, and it is something that you can't do without. So just get yourself involved, integrate into the system, just like what our prof said here. Integrate that. When you integrate, there is greater opportunity for you, in the sense that you've been able to express yourself, express your skills to the people that, this is what I'm made of and this is what I can do. Thank you. Don't forget to drop your comment below. Keep watching Opinion Boss. My honorable, thank you.
It's a pleasure.